Ellarigu namaskara. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sukshma Sanna Mattu Madhyama Kaigarika Sammelana 2024 ಎರಡನೇ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to the second day of MSME Conclave 2024, organized by Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce and Industries and Ministry of MSME Government of India. Powered by JSW's Steel Limited. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸುವಂತಹ ಸಮಯವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನು 10 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂದಿನ ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಪ್ಯಾನೆಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಶುರುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವೆಟರನ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವೆಟರನ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್ with us who are here to share their knowledge and expertise with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I can see a lot of you near the stalls. I request all of you to please come inside and be seated. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಂಭಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಸ್ ಬಳಿ ಇರೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೂ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇರೋರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಂಭಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕು. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಸೆಷನ್ ಇದಾಗಲಿದೆ. So it's one of the sessions that we always look forward to, right? So initial public offerings, IPOs to MSME. This is going to be a very interesting and a very interactive session, and we have veterans, we have professionals who are speakers here this morning. So looking forward to hearing from them. I'm pretty excited to hear from them, and I'm sure you are all equally excited. So let's not miss this excitement, and let's not miss learning, because this conference has been offering a lot of knowledge and learning and sharing and experience and expertise and everything to all of us. So I request everybody near the stalls to please come inside and be seated. So stalls bali irorella saha ಬಂದು ಕುಳಿತುಕೋಬೇಕು. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಇನ್ನು 10 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮಗದೊಮ್ಮೆ MSME Conclave 2024 ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡನೆಯ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಿರೂಪಕಿ ಅಂಜಲಿ. I request everybody near the stalls to quickly come near the stage and please occupy your seats. And everybody outside, request you to please come inside and occupy your seats. ಸಮಯ 11 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸುವಂತಹ ಸಮಯವಾಗಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮಗದೊಮ್ಮೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಮಹಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಸಣ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ಮಧ್ಯಮ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನ 2024 ಎರಡನೇ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. A warm welcome to you, ladies and gentlemen, to MSME Conclave 2024, conceptualized, organized and presented by Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce and Industries in association with Ministry of MSME Government of India, powered by JSW Steel. This is a platform to encourage, to empower and promote MSMEs in the engineering sector. So the theme of this conclave is Focus Engineering. We have the buyers, that is the top corporates and PSUs who are here to support the MSMEs. And we have been having a lot of knowledge sharing sessions since yesterday, and today coming to the second and the final day of the conclave, we have a lot of insightful sessions that's going to happen for you. ಎರಡನೇ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವಾದಂತಹ ಇಂದು ಕೂಡ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕಲಿಯುವಂಥದ್ದಿದೆ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂತಹ ಸೆಷನ್ಗಳು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮಗದೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ನೆರವೇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಫೆಡರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವರು ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ MSME Government of India, MSME Government of Karnataka. Then we have a lot of PSUs who have supported us, financial institutions who have supported us. A big thank you to all of them. A big thank you to JSW Steel Limited, MRPL, Power Grid, UCAM, Tally, Bureau of Indian Standards, DIRAC, BEL, GEM, NSIC, SIDBI and DIRAC, who have all supported us. A big thank you to all our sponsor and supporters. Ladies and gentlemen, the first session for today is something a lot of entrepreneurs look forward to, right? IPO. We always kind of get excited the moment we hear about initial public offerings, IPO. So we have three speakers who have done who have had immense contributions in the fields they have chosen, who are here to share their knowledge and expertise with us. Without much ado, it's time to welcome the first speaker on stage with your big round of applause, Shri Himanshu Srivastava. Let's give him a huge round of applause, and everybody near the stalls, please come inside and be seated. He's the Senior Manager, Southern Region, National Stock Exchange of India Limited. Namaskara, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. Himanshu Srivastava has more than 13 years of work experience in financial services. Prior to NSE, he has worked in credit rating and business banking. In his current role, he spends a lot of time in creating awareness for listing at NSE Emerge SME's SME listing platform across South India. So warm welcome to you, Mr. Himanshu Srivastava. Welcoming our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, with your big round of applause. He is Shri Prabhudev Aradhya. Let's give him a huge round of applause. So namaskara, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. He is a chartered accountant at Raju and Prasad. After having qualified for his chartered accountancy in 1978, with over 4 decades of experience in the practice of chartered accountancy and MSME sector, he had an experience in the development finance sector for over 7 years in Karnataka State Financial Corporation. He was responsible for project appraisal, sanction, monitoring, recovery, and rehabilitation of industrial projects in the MSME sector. Later, he entered into industrial manufacturing sector after he led an MSME right from its inception. He also set up co-op of units in the MSME service sector in the field of aptech computer training in Bangalore and Tumkur. At present, professionally, he is heading the Bangalore office, one of the leading chartered accountant firms in India, Mrs. Raju and Prasad, having its offices in Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Tirupati, and Hyderabad. Handling central statutory, information security audits, forensic audits, and other specialized audits of various public sector, private sector, and foreign banks, and many corporates. It's such a privilege to have you with us, sir. With a huge round of applause, welcoming Shri Prabhudev Aradhya. It's time to welcome on stage our third speaker, Shri Anil D.N. He's the Managing Director of Shri Vasavi Adhesive Tapes Limited. So warm welcome to you, Shri Anil. Anil D.N. is an industrialist. Look at the speakers today, no? Such diverse backgrounds we have. Anil is an industrialist with a BCom from Bangalore University and a PGDMA from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, from Madurai Kamraj University, and an MBA from Madurai Kamraj University. He runs Shri Vasavi Adhesive Tapes Limited, Anil Coating and Polymers Private Limited, and Giri Textile Private Limited, with over 250 employees and exports to 25 plus countries. Anil is also a philanthropist, serving as Vice President of the Gauribadnur Industries Association, Secretary of Chikkaballapur District Industry, Trade and Commerce, and Director of Lakshmi Adinarayana Charitable Trust. So, Mr. Anil, warm welcome to you. Let's give him a big round of applause. So, the first speaker to start off will be Shri Himanshu Srivastava. So, over to you, Himanshu.
Good morning, all. So, first of all, thanks a lot to FKCCI for giving us opportunity to be part of the event. As ma'am have already explained, I'm part of NSE, National Stock Exchange. So, as you know, as an stock exchange, we are providing platform where large corporates like Wipro, L&T, Infosys, Tata, and all, they are listed. So, likewise, in the same way, basically, our regulatory body, SEBI, they wanted to have a separate setup for emerging corporate companies or SMEs who are having potential to grow their business, to move from, small to medium to large corporate. So for them, they wanted to have a separate setup. That's where September 2012, Exchange came up with a separate platform, which is known as NSE Emerge. So as name itself says, it's a platform for emerging corporate companies. Now, before getting into the detail, let me give you a glimpse about how this platform is performing. So, as I've mentioned, this platform came in a year 2012. So, currently on pan-India level, as on date, we are having close to 525 companies which are listed at our SME platform with a fundraising of close to 12,700 CR, and a market capitalization is more than 1,75,000 CR. This we are only referring, again I'm repeating, we are only referring about SME companies. Now, average issue size. So typically, if there is anyone who have not heard about SME IPO or concept of SME IPO, if I'll go and talk to you about IPO, the first thing which will come in your mind, okay, IPO is something which is required when I'm looking for a fundraising of at least more than 100 CR, 500 CR, 1000 CR and all. But here you will be happy to see the average issue size of all these companies close to 24 CR, 24 to 25 CR. Even there are companies who have raised less than 10 CR at SME IPO itself. Does it mean that only small companies can come up or the small amount of money you can raise at SME platform? Not at all. Even in Karnataka itself, we are having companies who have raised more than 50 CR through SME platform. So there is no upper cap. It's all about the valuation, what you are getting, and the dilution, what you are doing. We do have IPO size more than 100 CR at SME platform itself. Now, one of the key feature is this platform, the intention of having this platform is to give a flavor to emerging corporate companies for of capital market, and in due course of action post their listing, these companies are having option to migrate from SME to the main board. There is no further IPO process required. It is just a migration. So as you can see, already there are 140 companies which were listed at SME platform. Today they are there at exchange main board. Now this is about the Pan India. As we are sitting in Karnataka, happy to share with you. Currently in Karnataka, we are having close to 13 companies which are listed at our SME platform. Out of these 13 companies, 11 companies are from Bangalore, 1 company is from Mysore, another company is from Kodagu. And altogether, these 13 companies, they have raised more than 384 CR through our SME platform. Now, although number looks small, but the way, if I'll tell you the example, how the market is maturing in South India, or how the investors and merchant bankers and companies are showing interest towards IPO, till December 2022, we were having only 2 companies listed from Karnataka. Okay? And starting from January 2023 until date, additionally 11 companies came on board. So that shows, okay, it took almost 10 years for 2 companies for getting listed, and just hardly 1.5 years, we are having close to additionally 11 companies which are listed. Moving on. So why and at what level any company should think about SME IPO? So any company, if we'll go by the eligibility criteria, any company which is having a track record, bare minimum track record, and which is having some kind of a visibility in their growth. Okay, so when we are talking about track record, I'll cover it up. So when they are having some visibility about their growth charter, and they have done something in past, which is showing that the company is having potential. So that's the time when company can think about SME IPO. Now, coming down to what is the eligibility criteria. When we are looking at SME, we are not going by the guidelines of MSME, where companies are being categorized on the basis of investment in their, let's say, plant and machinery or their turnover. Our criteria is very simple. Any company which is into the existence of more than 3 years with 2 years positive cash accruals and positive net worth, they are coming under SME for us. Now, on top of that, recently, as recent as last week, we have came up with an additional guideline where we are seeing that companies should be financially healthy. So we are going to check their FCFE, free cash flow to equity. So out of last 3 years, they need to have a positive FCFE for a period of 2 years. Simple. If your company, regardless of your turnover, I do have companies where turnover was close to 10-20 CR only, and they are listed at exchange, they are doing good. And so apart from your turnover, if there is any company which is having a good story and the promoters are confident about their business, certainly they can explore SME IPO. Now, if your company is private limited or limited, which is not listed entity, on top of exchange guideline, we are having additional guideline from SEBI. That says that your post-issue paid-up capital of your company on face value, that should not exceed 25 CR. Again, I am not at all talking about your turnover. I am talking about paid-up capital of your company. The paid-up capital on the face value should not exceed 25 CR. Because if you are exceeding 25 CR, you can only go to the main board. Even if it is in lakhs, if your paid-up is 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, there is no problem at all. You can straight away approach exchange for listing. Yeah, this is just to give you a glimpse about what is the difference between SME platform and main board. So one of the basic requirement is when you are going for IPO, you will have to liquidate your 25% stake of your company. Okay, so as a promoter, I can have maximum up to 75%. 25% I will liquidate, which will go to the public. So one of the guideline is company will have to liquidate 25% stake. Now, talking about the key feature or key differences, because we don't have a sufficient time to take you in detail. So when we are talking about main board, at main board there is nothing like a guarantee of your IPO. Okay, it is possible that you are coming with IPO at main board, and because of some reason your IPO is not getting proper response or it is undersubscribed. But at SME platform, SEBI is having one unique feature that is known as 100% underwriting. So due to this particular feature, there is not even a single IPO which got failed. To make it very simple, the time when you are getting into the IPO, it's a responsibility of your merchant banker to get your IPO fully subscribed. So as a promoter, you don't have to think, okay, if I'm coming with IPO, who will subscribe, who will not subscribe? It's an entire responsibility of your merchant banker. Now, apart from that, sir, when your company is getting listed, there is something known as draft, DRHP. Your draft red herring prospectus. So the prospectus during main board IPO, it is being filed with SEBI also, exchange also. But at SME platform, SEBI has told that SEBI observation is not required. Only exchange observation is required. Now, this is pre-listing. Now, post-listing is like you must be knowing, okay, if any company is coming for IPO at main board or they are listed at main board, company like let's say Tata. So Tata, they are supposed to share their results at each and every quarter, right? But at SME platform, quarterly submission is not required. It is half yearly. So why they have done it? So that as a company, you should not feel ki I'm getting listed and I'm getting bombarded with so many things in one go. So they are saying, okay, till the time you are there at SME platform, you can have kind of some amount of cushion. Okay, rather than quarterly, you can do it half yearly. But the time when you will decide, ki now I want to migrate from SME to the main board, then tomorrow your company and all these large corporates, everybody is equal for us. You will have to follow everything what they are following. Now, sir, why this platform came in? Okay, regulatory guideline and other things we can discuss later also. But the question is why this SME platform came in and why you should consider SME platform. So mainly through this platform, there are three major issues what we are trying to address. One of the issue what we have seen is if there is a good potential entrepreneur, if they are trying to do something good or they are trying to innovate some products. So one of the major issue is certainly the finance. So one thing is finance. When we are talking about finance, so this particular platform on the basis of the potential of the company, there are lots of investors, so the company will be in a position to raise fund through the investors and utilize that fund for their business expansion. So here, let me tell you, when company or the merchant banker, when the company is talking to the merchant banker, so merchant banker, they are not doing the valuation of the company on the basis of your tangible assets. It is possible that you are having 10 CR tangible assets or you are having 100 CR tangible assets, but nobody is bothered about that. Here, on the basis of your business potential, the merchant banker is going to do a valuation of your company, and through which, understanding the potential of your company, there are n number of investors who are investing in your company. So that is like a free float of money for you, which helps you to grow your business. That is one. Second one is, let's say you have got the money. Now you are in a process of manufacturing your product. Now for that, what you need a good caliber employees to come and join your company, and you want to retain them. So for that, what happens, there are lots of listed company you must be knowing, they keeps on giving e-shops. Now as a listed company, when you are giving e-shop, so certainly e-shop is a mode to negotiate and attract a better employees. Because e-shop is not something which I can offer to any employee today and tomorrow they can sell. This e-shops is a tool which is used to retain them. And second one, let's say if I'm joining any company which is giving me e-shop of X amount of money. So I am knowing, okay, the time when my company is growing along with the company, I am also getting a part of the benefit. Now, sir, let's say your product, you have got a good employee and your product is ready. Now the third step is more like a visibility and credibility in the system. So what happens here, although your company is getting listed at exchange SME platform, but trading terminal is same. There is no bifurcation. So tomorrow, even my company is SME company, the trading of my shares will be done along with all the big giants, along with Tata, Wipro, L&T, Infosys. So what is the advantage for me? If I am doing good, then my company is eye-catching. There are lakhs of terminal exchanges having across the India. There are lots of FIIs who are using and who are investing in Indian capital market. So post-listing, this platform is giving you better visibility. And let's say if you are into the exports, or in India also if you are dealing with large corporate companies, there are lots of companies, if you approach them for business, with or without your knowledge, they will do a third-party verification. Okay, just to check whether company is genuine or not, whether company is practically there or not. So for that, the time when you are listed, they need not to do it. The time when you are saying, I am a listed entity, the perception about your entity is getting changed. As you are saying, I am a listed entity, which means you are coming under some government purview, or you are following certain regulatory guidelines. That gives a credibility to your company. So these are the three major things which we are trying to address through this platform, or you may say these are the three things which is a feedback we have received from our listed entities. Apart from all the other benefit, like tomorrow as a listed entity, if you are going and approaching your banks, all the banks are having a option to accept the shares of a listed entity in form of collateral. So literally you don't have to give your physical property. They can accept your shares in form of collateral. Your debt equity ratio will improve, which will give you additional benefit to you or comfort to your bankers. So these are the couple of other benefits which you can enjoy during the or post your listing process. Now, sir, happy to share, Exchange, we are having different MOUs with different state governments. Recently, in the month of Feb 2024, and NSE, we have signed MOU with Government of Karnataka. So where Government of Karnataka, they have agreed and they are saying, okay, any company going for SME IPO, 25% of the IPO related expenses up to 25 lakhs, that will be, there will be financial assistance given to those companies, a subject of completing their IPO journey. So there are certain process company will have to follow, but yes, this is a good initiative taken by Government of Karnataka recently. Okay. So apart from this presentation, or apart from telling you about the platform, what additionally you can expect from NSE? So at our SME listing platform, sir is there, Mr. Anil. He will share his experience. What we are trying to do at SME listing platform, we are doing a hand holding with the company from A to Z, which means starting from having first round of meeting with the company to make them understand about the concept, to make them understand about the guidelines, regulatory guidelines. Post that, if required, connecting these companies with right intermediary during their DRHP, even post listing, we are doing a complete hand holding with the companies. So you don't have to worry, okay, Himanshu came or there was a session organized by FKCCI for, let's say, 1 hour, team came and they have spoken. Now, to whom you can approach, you need not to be worried. You can straight away reach out to Exchange. We are always there to help you and guide you. Okay, so again the question comes tomorrow, okay, my company is, let's say, into the maybe any unique product line. There are companies who will, or companies are there who keeps on asking, okay, Himanshu, the companies which are in my nature of activity, will it be saleable or will it be suitable for SME IPO? So as you can see, we are having companies from almost 22 different sectors. Even a Karnataka also, if you'll see these 13 companies, there is a there are companies who are into the HR staffing, there are companies who are into the IT, hardware IT, manufacturing, appliances. So likewise, it's a good bouquet, which in Karnataka itself. So what we are looking at, we are simply looking at two things. One is the business potential. If business is having potential, certainly your company can explore IPO. Second one, which is the underlying, be it SME platform or main board, the clarity of thoughts, what we expect from promoters. Okay, so it is not that difficult to raise a money from capital market, but how you utilize that money and how you go to the next step, that is something which is required. So a clarity of thoughts from promoters' point of view, and second one, business potential. Tomorrow your company is in any one of the activity, construction line, maybe any kind of hospitals, or your hotels are there, chain of restaurants are there, no problem at all. But you should have that growth plan. It cannot be like, okay, you want to raise up X amount of money, but again you don't have a clarity, okay, where you are going to use it. That is not something which we expect from the promoters. So you must be knowing about Nifty 50 or Sensex. Likewise, we are having separate index for SME platform, which is known as Nifty SME Emerge. You can Google it. So this is currently doing pretty well. If you'll see, we have given certain, data pertaining to the returns. So having said that, currently you, if not on daily basis, mostly twice in a week, you will get some other news pertaining to the SME IPO. So there are lots of investors who are interested to invest in potential companies. One of the key thing is, or good feature is, there is no cost of testing the waters, which means if you want to know whether your company is in a position to come up with the IPO or not. Okay, so for that you can have a discussion with exchange. We will schedule a discussion with a merchant banker. For that you don't have to pay even a single bucks. Certainly the time when you are agreed and you want to proceed your journey ahead, that's the time when commercials will come in picture, where exchange will not be involved. We will be there for each and everything, but when you are discussing commercials, it is between you and the merchant banker. So this is a growth chart. If you'll see 2023 and 2024, that was a year when maximum number of companies got listed across India. And still, if you'll see the current financial year also, from the date of inception, the platform is doing, we are seeing a good number of companies coming on board. So exchange keeps on doing lots of awareness program activities for this particular, just to make sure that the companies should know about it. Again, my submission is whether you are currently in a position of going for IPO or not, that is not my intent to meet with you and take you to IPO immediately. But my intent is pretty clear, that you should be ready to understand the concept. You should know, okay, this is something which is for IPO of small and medium enterprises. If not anything, at least try to understand about the platform. Then it is possible that probably this financial year or 5 years down the line, this platform will make a value addition to your business. But you should think about equity value rather than only being dependent on the debt segment or utilizing your debt. Because sir, what happens tomorrow, beyond a certain limit, if you keep on approaching your bank for your business expansion, banks, they are also having certain limitations. And you would have seen when we are talking about value creation, okay, ABC is the richest person globally. They are not richest because of their holding in their account. They are richest because of the value what they have created. So this is a platform which will be beneficial for you, which will be beneficial for your company, which will be beneficial for your investors. Okay, and so that is the reason, okay, you should move from from tax saving to value creation model. So with that, NSE, we are pretty much in touch with FKCCI team. We do have our office in Bangalore. If you want to know anything further, feel free to reach out anytime. Now with that, I will request somebody who have worked closely with MSME, Mr. Prabhudev, CA Prabhudev Aradhya sir, to give you some insights from someone who's on day-to-day basis who's interacting with SMEs. So sir, over to you. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. That's nice. Thank you, Himanshu, for the excellent presentation of yours. Friends, you have heard, Himanshu, that what an exchange would want from you and what is the perception of the exchange for the MSMEs to go into an IPO. I was also discussing with him. Later I thought, why not we look at the perception of other lenders, the perception of the MSMEs themselves, and the perception of the professionals who get involved into this. And that's the reason I thought, being a MSME man myself, why not we look at as to how and what IPO can benefit us. Can we have the presentation, please? All the three speakers, we discussed between ourselves, and we thought we'll have a lot of time to explain to you. and take your questions also. But I think that now, the time being limited, we will make a shorter presentation, but we will be available to you for any discussions, clarifications after the presentations are through. If you look at what are the funds, as an MSME, what do you think are the options available to the MSMEs today? For the time being, we forget about the IPO. We talk of term loans, as you all know. We talk of working capital loans, either the fund-based or non-fund-based working capital funds are all will be available, different types of fund-based ones. And then we have the loan against property, venture capitals, private equity, angel investors, crowdfunding, special lines of credit. You know, it goes on and on. FDIs and many more. And there's also one thing very special to us in India. Unsecured loans from friends and relatives is a common line available in our balance sheets many a times. Having said that, what is the perception by the lenders? You know, all these bankers, all these people, when they give, you go for the lenders for your funds, MSMEs. What is the perception about MSMEs? It's majorly known also, its perception also is right. MSMEs today in India are, in one of the UNIDO report also it says, they are undercapitalized and over highly leveraged. The debt component is much higher than what the equity component has been. This is how the Indian MSMEs have been working on. And that perception is carried by the bankers also again, the lenders. They feel MSMEs are not flexible enough and they are susceptible to shocks and ups and heave in the market. So that's the reason they are a little worried about financing MSMEs. Then they also know it's more of a personal relationship with the lenders at that time, at any point of time, which can bring in more money or less money. We have seen many cases like this, how funds have been released or funds are not being released also. Then we have friends and family involvement. They look at that also, what kind of people are these unsecured loans are and all that. And they have a very critical view in each of these things. Another major issue people talk about, the lenders, is the lack of professionalism in the MSMEs, which to some extent, as you know, is true also. But as you grow, we must also look at and make it more with a corporate governance, more professionalism into the industry. Many of them are doing it, and we should look forward for those things. Some of these ancillaries do have this problem of depending on the main unit, and because that dependence is always linked to their growth also. So the lenders again will start thinking whether it's the right way to finance them or not. Whether they go in for a restructuring, again lenders are always averse for restructuring of the entire capital of the companies, of the MSMEs. These are some of the perceptions which we feel are the perceptions of the lenders onto the MSMEs. How do we get over these things is the issue which you and me have to sit and discuss. Do we have an alternative for this kind of different lendings which we have already seen? Yes, it is. In my opinion, as a professional for almost 45 years now, as a person in the MSME sector for the last 35 years, MSME IPO is the boon which has come in with a new act which has also come in for the IPOs. It was introduced in 2013. Lot more IPOs have happened, but unfortunately I've got to give certain small figures. 70 to 75% of these IPOs have happened only in the north and the west of India. What is happening in the south of India? Hardly 15 to 20%. Out of this in Karnataka, Mr. Himamshu, correct me if I am right, around 13 IPOs happened till now. Am I right? 13, 1-3. Why is it? Why is it this is not happening, whereas North India and the Western India is a lot of, I mean, it runs in lakhs and crores of rupees, IPOs have happened. Sometimes I feel we are a little more conservative than the people up north. We've got to shed that conservatism. We have to look forward for the growth, value addition, into our own MSMEs. Well, these are all the things. One point here is Himanshu from NSE has been here. There's also one more board, that is the BSE. So both the boards are by and large have the same eligibility criteria. And NSE has got their office here and Himanshu has been representing them. You have heard, Himanshu, what the exchange looks forward. Many a times, if you are looking for foreign funds also, the foreign funds, they always look to the equity route rather than, term loans or, ECBs and things like that. They would be happy with the equity route only. So IPO will also help us. Now, if there is a need that IPO need to be postponed for some time, but they need a little funding urgently, just a line of, information is we can look at pre-IPO funding also. Now, perception by SMEs on the IPO. What do they think? What are you SME people thinking about the IPO? This is based on the several questions I ask with the MSMEs. Many questions they keep asking me and the apprehensions each of them have also. Now, when we say restructuring, they immediately feel there is something, the whole finance thing will be getting out. No, it's a restructuring of your own capital structure, which gives you better benefits. It could be in terms of, expanding your operations. It could be in terms of your own succession planning also, incidentally. They think SME IPOs are too much of procedures to go through. No, that is the reason SME IPO came in as a separate act, and that's how the procedures are much less than the main board IPOs, They have a lot of procedures to be done. SEBI controls it totally, but here it is not the case. It is more of exchange controlled and more of procedures. With the advent of, I would say, GST, have you not increased your procedures quite a lot? Most of those procedures becomes common as far as IPO also is concerned. A couple of other extra procedures can come in for the IPO, and it's worth doing those things, and professionals are there to help you out onto these kind of, procedures to be done. This is one major issue which everybody feels. Everybody talks to me about, oh, if I go for an IPO, I lose control of the company. Absolutely no. I will give you the guarantee to say it is an absolute no. I don't have to stress on that point too much. I think Anil will handle that. He is a man who has already gone through the IPO. He will tell you has he lost his control on the company. Not at all. That's how the restructuring also works. We as professionals work to see that these things happen. So never have this apprehension. Please discuss with the professionals like us and other professionals of your own. We will sit together, work out how to ensure the control is never lost to you and you will only be growing and the value addition happens to you much more. The initial cost of the issue, interesting point. I'll just only say if you were to take, I'll give a small example. Say you go in for a 30 crores of IPO. Vis-a-vis a 30 crores or a 50 crores of IPO or a 50 crores of term loan. On the term loan, you'll end up paying, even at the rate of say 10%, 5 crores of interest you pay every year for at least another 7-8 years, if not more. Now look at an IPO. In an IPO, what you will be doing is, you will be paying a dividend as and when required, as decided by you, your board. The board is yours. So the board will say, this year we will pay 5% dividend. It's your decision. You can pay it after 2 years, 3 years, implementation period. All decisions lies with you. Whereas in the case of interest, the decision is already made and it is lying with the lender only. You have no options whatsoever. You are paying 5 crores for 8 years, 40 crores. You have taken 50 crores, you pay 40 crores as interest. But if you pay dividend of say 5% or 7%, you are paying the dividend for that around 25 to 30% of the shareholders only. But the remaining 70% of the shareholders are you only, the original promoters. So that same 5-8% comes back to you only, 5 to 7%. Do you get back anything in the interest from the lenders? No. You see the financial part of each of these things, where the benefit lies to you by an IPO. I've already told you are not losing any control on the thing. Then you are getting your money like in terms of funds getting back as dividends. One more point on the cost of the issue. This cost of the issue, whatever the figure happens, this cost also can be covered in the issue itself, in the IPO itself. So you as an MSME, you will not be paying from your pocket even the cost of the issue. Whereas anything you pay to the lenders, you got to pay from your own production, your own, MSME funds. Now, there's another apprehension, that interference from the outsiders. No, that will also not happen. This 25 to 30% of the shareholders will have to be spread out to at least a minimum of 50 people as per the guidelines. And all these are all small investors who would do it, who would have bought it in the market, through the exchange. They cannot come and ask you for a directorship. They cannot come and tell you and dictate terms with you. Can you go, I will give you one example. Can you go and ask Reliance Ambani, no, what you are doing is not correct. In Jio, you do like this. You are a shareholder. You have a right, isn't it? But can you do it? You are a minuscule small shareholder in the entire process. Likewise, here also, the shareholders are distributed. It's in the market. It is not any other individual. So the interference is ruled out. The board is yours. You are the directors. You will be taking your decisions. You will be taking it forward, and you will be growing. Professional management. This brings in the important issue of professional management, where many of you think, oh, I got to take a CFO, I got to take a company secretary, all those things. But those are all requirements which are there already, which is happening. And as you grow, it is a necessity under the Companies Act also. It is not specific to IPO. Under the Companies Act, there are so many things which come in. Your corporate governance improves. You are better off in managing yourself. And thereby, the value of your company also goes up. These are the advantages which you get. So there's no question of any issue of getting into a hassle as far as the professional management comes. Benefits of SME IPO. Opportunity for MSMEs to enter into the capital market, which has been told already. It can be used for any purpose. If you draw a term loan, you are drawing it for only the capital assets which you go in. Term loan is for either the machinery or the additional capital, or even for the land being purchased. Whereas here, we can use it for your expansion programs, diversifications, even working capital. And if there is some mergers and acquisitions you are talking of, takeovers you are talking of, yes, IPO would be the right one to look at. This is an opportunity. In the last year, I've been talking to many of my MSME friends. When industry is going out of China, for whatever the reasons, let's not get into those things, and India is getting access to the global markets, this is the right time. You have to take a decision to expand, to diversify, or maybe take over an industry somewhere else. Another country, you take over an industry, or you set up your own branch over there. These are the ways which you have got to look at, because funds are available easily. SME IPO gives you that opportunity. As I have told you, the high cost of credit which is there in the economic system today, the term loan interest which goes so high, the working capital, for the working capital loan, you keep completely paying it for all through the life of your industry. Working capital is a permanent thing which is with you. But then if you can get it through the IPO, why not? So that issue also is addressed here. This has already been told by Himanshu, the issue. There's always the issue in the IPOs, generally the main board IPOs, whether the issue goes fine or goes but. Many issues have not been subscribed fully. But the Act has put a very clear condition in SME IPO. It has to be 100% underwritten. So you as a MSME entrepreneur, you don't have to worry at all. It is the headache of the merchant banker who has to take care of it. He has to ensure there is 100% subscription which will happen over there. So you want to raise 50 crores, you will get your 50 crores for sure. This is the one which is there as per the SIDBI guidelines only. Further, the promoter will not lose his shareholding. You might think in the market somebody will try to buy your promoter shareholding. No, it is a lock-in period of 3 years. Then after 2 years, the company can have the option to shift out to the main board also. While I'm telling this, you don't have to really worry about the main board and the SME board issues at all. For a trader in the market, both the boards are merged, and for him, the buyer or the seller of the shares, he will only have only one screen, a single screen, whether it is an SME board or a main board. So why you should worry about a main board? Because main board will have more procedures to be followed, and at this stage it may not be necessary unless you pass the eligibility figures or whatever Himanshu gave. At that time, let's see how to go for the main board. Once a company is listed, it attracts now. Investments will come in more and more. Once you are a listed company, not only the investment, your own business entity will be improving because your vendors will see, they don't want to make any further inquiries about your company. They will only see, oh, it's already a listed company. They get into the stock market, stock exchange and see what your background is. Finished. You are approved already. So this is the biggest advantage in any public tenders, public sector units. All these people will take your listing as one of the major plus points for your tender. The credit rating goes up. Your own credit rating, it could be A plus becomes A, double A plus, triple A plus also. So these are the things which can happen. And thereby, if there is any other loans which are there with the bankers, they will be forced to give you a lesser rate of interest based on the credit rating which is there. So more professional manner, as I told already. Valuation of the company. Today, the value of your own shares can be pledged with the market, with the lenders, with the bankers, with anybody also, and you can raise funds. You can sell your own, promoters holding to raise the funds. There are different ways you can, it depends on what you want to do. So the funds will be easily available. The liquidity part of it becomes much easier, either by pledging the shares or by selling the shares, again buying it back in the market whenever you want to buy it also. In the long run, it will be helping you. This there. Short-term loans easily will be available, even through the bankers also. Much easy on these things. Liquidity, as I said. Now you grow further. Another 2 or 3 years from now, you want to go for one more IPO, or go for a rights issue, or go for a bonus shares, or go for preferential shares. There are so many ways which you and your professionals can sit together. You and your auditor and professionals in this field like us, we can sit together and work on these things and raise much easier funds later. Hostile takeovers, somebody taking over your company. There's one more apprehension which is there. No, absolute no, I will say. How can these 25% of the people, 25% shareholders who are spread over more than 50 shareholders can take over this where your majority has been there? Not at all. So these are all some apprehensions which keep happening, and that's how they do it. There are some other small requirements. I will not go because of the paucity of the time, and I am sure Himanshu also has covered some of those things. Important, he should not be willful defaulter, he should not be referred to SARFAESI Act, these negative things of all these things, he should not be a defaulter in the exchange, he should not be marked in the exchange, all those things. Or a winding up petition should not be there, naturally. You should be a good company, at least for the last 3 years, and do it. The process, I had a small process. You start, hire the right investment banker, file the application with the SEBI, DRHP, then the road shows will happen, deciding on the IPO price, launching the IPO, allotment of the shares. Then you list on the share. This all is the process there. All these things are taken care by a set of people. There's an ecosystem for the entire thing to be done. Who are the people here? You as MSMEs, we will find it difficult to tackle all these people. That's where professionals like us would be available to link each of these ecosystems. I'll just give this for information only. The ecosystem, you need your SME's financial advisor, your own chartered accountant, your own auditor, your own statutory auditor. He is the best financial advisor for you to start off. So we have to only discuss with him to make you understand what an IPO is. Then the IPO consultants like us, we come into the picture. Then the investment banker, merchant banker, investment banker, they come into the picture. Then the underwriters, the SEBI, the exchange, SEBI and the exchange also. Then the DRHP comes in. Then you launch the IPO. Share allotment is done at the exchange. The listing on the stock exchange comes in. Then the market makers who will help you run the show for the next 3 years, we will be, hand-holding with you along with him for the next 3 years to ensure your share pricing is one of the best over there. Now, what are the post-listing compliances? Disclose shareholding on a half-year basis. When you go to the main board IPO, it's on a quarterly basis. A lot of procedures over there. Here it's only on a half-yearly basis. Your results have to be given. Corporate governance requirements are much lesser. Only when there is a dividend declaration, splits are being done, or buyback, bonus, then only you have to give a report to the corporate actions wherever required, to the exchange also. Board meeting, any specific agenda of any required, like not all board informations have to be given. Disclose and intimate stock exchanges, all the notices sent to the shareholders. There's a regular procedure, everybody does that. Related further raising of funds when you want to do it, again I told you after 3 years, yes, disclose it, that's all. There's not much of post-listing requirement there. The company secretary of yours will take care of it, or the chartered accountant of yours will take care of it. Either of that, we will be there to help you out also. Any change in the management team after 3 years only, that also has to be. Any price sensitive information has to be disclosed to the, only price sensitive information. Not every information is required to be done. So what is the action plan? Do the capital structuring wherever required. Independent directors and professionals, you select your independent directors, professionals. Passing of the IPO resolution and amendment and things like that, borrowing limits. Objects clause, if required, has to be changed on working capital, CMA required. Obtaining NOC from lenders, if there is a lender already there, you have to get an NOC from them for an IPO. Then the gratuity valuation, which is now statutorily required. Application for ISN and demat of your shares will be there. And updation on your website. Website is an important thing which they say you must have. So having said this, I am sure you are now convinced about the issue of, the procedures being very less. You don't have to do as much as it is required to be done at the IPO level, the main board IPO level. You can always graduate to main board IPO whenever you want. And then do it also in the IPO, in SME IPO, and improve your valuation of the company. That's very important. The share value of yours will go. How the share value of yours will go up and how it is and what's the benefit you have. Vis-a-vis the taxation is another important point I wanted to tell, but due to paucity of time, I will not be in a position to tell that now. You pay taxes, but you get your value of whatever 100 rupees share becomes 500 rupees is more important than paying 25% or 22% tax. Pay the 22% tax is what I say. I talk to your auditors also on that. But I'm sure Anil also will let us know about how the valuation of his shares have gone up after his thing. Over to you, Mr. Anil. Thank you, one and all. We will be available here only. We can discuss. Any queries, we are open to that.
Good morning, dignitaries on dais and my industry friends. I wanted to give a short of my journey towards my IPO, which was taken recently, last year. I just wanted to express my experiences and feelings about my IPO, how it has been created and how well you can get it prepared and what kind of experiences you can also come across in the coming years. See, my company, I started this company as a small as enterprise in the year 2002. It was about 2 people company. Today, we are about 250 plus people. Okay, this is a journey what I started in 2002 and after 23 years, we are standing like this. These are all, we make adhesive tapes for industrial application. We have a export to 35 plus country exports house there and 500 plus customers across India in different sectors. We do many tapes out of all industrial specialty tapes made out of film, foil, fabric, foam, felt and paper. This is what thing. And see, for any of the event, preparation is also more important. Okay, when we wanted to have a success in our event, we need to prepare well. This is what the milestones what I created to make it successful journey of our industry, where it is going to give you a more gratefulness towards the thing. These are all the journey what I created. See, it was a planned event. what I can say for my company, what I wanted to be there. This is one of the big achievement in our lifetime. As a industry friends, definitely you people are interested to be one of the recognized company in the industry or the country. This kind of a preparation is also more important. See, we have 4 units. These 2 units were before IPO, and unit 3 and 4. Unit 3 in Gauri Bidnur and unit 4 in Gujarat, I started after my IPO. And these are all the industry sectors what I represent: automotive, electronics, railway, metro, aviation, and many more industrial segments what we are doing it. All are specialty tapes which are going for different applications. Yeah, I wanted to say, yes, my company got listed on 9th March 2023 in NSE Emerge platform, which Himanshu also told about the thing. My script name is Sri Vasvi. You can find on Google how the script has been performed. My listed price on the day of IPO, it was 41 rupees per share. Okay, and I'm proud to say my script traded 181. It is about almost 4 times of my listed price, which is a proud moment for us. Okay, which we can test it ourselves. Yes, we did it. We can do it. We are proud to say, yes, a company has been evaluated in a right manner or right thing. That will be a proudness what we can create, which you can't get it from anywhere else. And friends and everybody can tell you, oh, you are doing a great. But it has to be evaluated properly, which has to be given in the figure. That is a one proud moment. And today we are trading at 105. That is okay. I diluted about 25% of my total stakes. Okay, and still I'm holding 73.6% of stakes, and I got about 15.25 crores of fund from IPO, which is well used and well manner it has been utilized. Yeah, I wanted to say that my market cap, the day what IPO went, it was about just 60 crores. And today's market value I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the 181 rupees market value. I'm talking about 105 rupees market value. That comes to 145 crores. See, when we are talking about any movements, see, valuation is very, very important, very relevant to our industry. When you wanted to, see, I'm working for 25 years. That is one of the, yeah, you have a 25 years of experience. What you earn from the industry is more also important. Yeah, I work for 25 years. And people recognized my company is proud to say that, oh, I'm a more than 100 crore value company in the market. That gives you a proudness rather than just having a 25 years of a journey, whatever you achieved or anything. That is a testing parameters to have any industry entrepreneur in their successful journey. This is what a proud moment, what I can say. Please, you can plan well to get this kind of a proud moments, what I will. Yeah, after IPO, my brand has been increased very well. Market people will talk, no, I'm following you, I am your investor, I am your this thing, hey, your market price went up, why you are going down? See, this kind of talks are very common. Whenever we meet, hey, I came to know you are went to IPO, how is it? See, that kind of a recognition, it will be a proud moment for you. You will give you a very good attachment towards your business. It will make you to enhance. Let's do more. Let's do more. This kind of a incremental thing, which will give you many proudness movements in this. Yes, definitely credibility and prestige you'll get in your society and industry. And liquidity for shareholders and founders. See, in my case, I'm telling you, after my private limited to public limited, my first board is my employees and my people. Okay, I gave stocks to everyone. I wanted to say proudly that even my driver, long-standing driver, got a equity for my company. See, they're all going to be standing for you forever. Okay, they are going to work with their full-term efforts and energy. Okay, that will create for them also value, for me also value. That's one kind of appreciating a long journey team, so that they will also be proud to work with it. Yeah, as I said, employee stock option is one of the good option available. You can go with that so that you'll have a good workforce and retained forever, I can say. There will be proud moment like, okay, whenever the stocks goes up, they'll also feel proud. It is automatically goes very up. I given it face value, 10 rupees value, not even 41. For them, it is a very good moment for them to enjoy the things. Yeah, mergers and acquisitions are very easy when it comes to IPO and all. Okay, as Himanshu and Aradhya sir said, much detailed investigations will zero down. They don't do it. Everything is available on the net. You need not to talk to anyone. You need not to ask anyone. Okay, all your history, all your performance, all your credentials, everything is available publicly. You need not to go and search too many things and do it. In my case, I cracked a deal with a Korean company to make one more giant venture company, which is coming in the next coming years, and where we are going to do a high-speed train related products, isolators, insulators, and other products, which is one of the good event after my IPO. I got it. Access to capital, as Aradhya sir and explained, we have many ways to get your. It is not just IPO is not a end. It is a beginning of your journey towards fund. You have many options. How many crores you want? How you wanted to think big? You can think big. You can act big. You can do well. There is no worries about it. You can flexibly. You can increase your financial strength. No one can make you to stop. Yeah, anyway, our balance sheets are well scrutinized. We prepare a well balance sheets. We try to make it a healthy balance sheet. Fundamentals also, we have to keep it well so that our company got valuated properly in the market rather than making a false balance sheets or build up balance sheets. We make a good balance sheets because of our IPO and structured way so that it will create a stability in the coming years. Funds diversification, we can do a funding diversification also. We can get it done. Yeah, transparency and accountability, automatically it comes into our business. When we are going to IPO, we have to be transparent enough, which we are going to focus and we can do it. See, we forget everything. Whatever the nonsense activities what we wanted to create earlier, we will forget and we will make it transparency, which will build a wealth to 3 times. Whatever we were thinking in a different way, it will build your 3 times wealth in the longer run. And it is a secured wealth, what I can say. And yes, market, definitely they will give you a very good name and fame in the market. Their prospectiveness will increase. See, I will tell you one of my clientele base, okay, where I go and sit with a negotiation, they talk more on my shares. Sir, I'm also investor. You tell me. Okay, sir, anyway, this purchase order will make it to you. You just give me invites. See, this kind of a positive energy which will enhance your market perception. And see, when I was talking to government tenders, the person who was involved over there, he was talking, sir, ye aa raha hai, wo aa raha hai, why can't you participate in that? Because he was my shareholder. Yeah, he used to give me a push. See, these are all the positive attitudes of what you can get from your dealers, your buyers. Everybody will have an act on it. See, everybody can be your successful journey. They will support you. This kind of a thing you will never get in your closed door business atmosphere. You open up, things will get more brighter. Yeah, this is what I wanted to say. Yes, don't be a conservative. Be a open up mind. Definitely your wealth is going to be a multiples, not it is going to sustain and for a longer run. Thank you. If you want to have any connects or any F&A, you please contact me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Anil. Friends, you have just now heard our own person, Mandina Maga, tell what his share was. 10 rupees shares issued at 46 rupees. From 46, it went on up to 180 rupees. While he was telling that, I got reminded from my associate Deepika, who is sitting here. She reminded me of another case. Well, it's an extraordinary case. Anil's case is what factually is happening in the market with our own people here down the road. I'll give you a very extra special case, which you can, all of you verify, open up your Google and see that also right away. The share price of Sky Gold. The issue price of Sky Gold was 180 rupees. Today, I saw it 2-3 days back only. It has gone up to 2,800 rupees. The market is wanting it. He is not doing it. The market is wanting that share at 2,800 rupees. Imagine 75% of that shareholding is with him only, and the only 25%, 27% is with more than 50 or 100 people now. Where do you stand as far as the valuation of your company is concerned? That's only an example to hear, that's all. We'll not get carried away by Sky Gold. But to verify what I'm telling is right, this is the one I gave the example. Example in front of us is Anil. That's good enough. If it is okay, I don't know if we can take up a couple of questions. Madam, couple of questions can we take up if there's any?
Yeah, one question, sir. Another one question. Yeah.
Hello, I'll just finish mine. So this is to Vasavi Tapes. It was a great, inspiring journey. So just wanted to know, when you went into the IPO, what was your revenue?
Yeah, it was about 50 crores, my top line.
Okay, and how long did it take for you for the preparation of this IPO?
Yeah, see, I prepared well. I wanted to perform well in the market. My preparation went, it's about 2-3 years preparation was there. Yes, I was contacting everyone, and I did a lot much research, and I made my company to be perform well, because I don't want to do any negative impression in the market.
Exactly.
That made my success journey, what I can
Understood.
say.
So
Yeah,
it has to
preparation is
be-
more important, and it has to be very, you need to have a little of mentors, but unfortunately I didn't have a mentor,
Okay.
but I mentored myself and I did this thing, and I was in touch with directly with NSE, and
Okay.
they also given me, and okay, decent enough to get my merchant banker also.
Okay.
I can't say all merchant bankers will be so
Correct.
decent. Okay, yeah, this is a good journey at all.
I think it's wonderful. When an entrepreneur does this, so you did it even in this financial sector.
Yeah.
That's very nice. And last question, how much, if we can know, what is the kind of money you spent for coming out with this issue?
Yeah, realistically, almost about 6 to 7% it is going to be an investment from your end.
Okay.
Okay, depends on the merchant banker and your financials and your business prospect.
Yeah.
All those things will make you to get better one. More or less, not less than 5% you will get a deal.
Thank you. That gave us a fair idea. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, Mr. Prabhudev, please.
Madam, 1 second. Next
Yes.
you can talk. Okay, please.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Prabhudev, your speech was very interesting, and also growth story of Anil Gupta also. See, ours is a proprietary company. Do you think we are also eligible to apply for an IPO and then proceed? That's one. And secondly, is it necessary that we have to convert our proprietary company to a limited company or a private limited company? Is it essential? Is it mandatory?
Yes, sir. Your second question answers the first question. You
Yes.
have to become a limited company only to get into this IPO, because it's the shares which will be listed in the exchange. It's as simple as that. Yeah.
Yes.
It will be
So-
converted. We can do it. Yeah. You want to add something?
Sir, one thing is right, as he rightly told, if we'll talk about any company which is getting listed, during listing it has to be a limited, then only you can list. But when you are talking about eligibility criteria, you do not, we don't expect you to firstly change to private limited, then complete 3 years journey. When we are looking currently, as per current guideline, when we are looking at your company, even as a proprietorship company, if you are having 3 years track record and meeting other criteria, it is well and good. It will be more like a process which you have to go through. But your eligibility criteria wise, if you are coming under, if you are meeting our guidelines with regards to, let's say, 3 years, 2 years positive cash accruals, positive net worth and all, then you can go ahead. There's no problem at all. So even as a proprietorship or tomorrow for a partnership company, it will be considered. Track record is considered. That's what.
What is the procedure for valuation of my existing unit?
Sir, that we can probably get in touch with a merchant banker. We will understand couple of details will be requiring, let's say, in terms of the financials, provisional balance sheet, growth, the business model and all. Then we can give you, I can give you a glimpse, and while talking to the merchant banker, you'll be knowing, okay, what is the feasibility.
Yes. I hope the procedure is not very complicated and time consuming.
It is not, sir, but yes, certainly some involvement has to be there from your side. Okay, so as Anil sir told, the time when he thought about the SME IPO, it took almost 2 to 3 years for him to prepare everything. But the time he would have signed with merchant banker, sir, took less than 3 months time, or let's say 3 to 4 months. Realistically, because he already prepared everything, but any company which is there, which is a structured company, what I've seen, it takes approximate 5 months is a good amount of time for them to hit the IPO. So again, depends on your readiness.
Yes. Congratulations, Anil. We are very happy about your growth story. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhudev.
Thank you. That lady there at the back, she has been waiting for some time.
This will be the last question. Speakers will be available even after the session. We have more sessions in store for you, and we're running short of time. So hence, request to keep 1 or 2 questions. Then
Yes,
we can interact with speakers.
Yeah, it's the
directly.
voice rise for the women entrepreneurs, ma'am.
Yeah.
Give us a chance.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm very much impressed with the gentlemen who gave us a presentation about the SME or MSME. I run an NGO called Reach the Need Foundation. So we have, 3,000 women from Mount Carmel College as a startup, we have trained them. But our files are pending with nationalized banks to come out with a Stand Up India scheme or PMEGP. Now we would like to work on, PPP model or angel investor, or how to take over the SIC industry for the startups, sir.
Madam, most of it will be difficult for any one of us to answer, but I can slightly touch upon that.
Yes.
See, IPO is a very, what I would say, professional setup which will come in, and it has to be a company, as we just now mentioned. You are already an NGO, probably your status itself is some association
Yes.
or a trust or something. So that will not be eligible. Okay. Only a private limited company or a public limited company will become eligible to be listed on the IPO
Yes.
at the exchange.
Now
So,
we have started 2 companies, one for the food industry called Onake, where we have 16 lakh farmers and women entrepreneurs.
we'll discuss it after this,
Yes,
okay?
yes, sir.
After this
We
meeting
want
is
more
over.
limelight on angel investors
Okay.
because we are exhausted running around to the bankers.
That's the case with everybody also.
Yes, yes.
It's always there.
So that's what we are tied up with KVIC. Khadi
Right.
Village
We'll
University.
discuss, madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This was a very, very interesting, a very interactive session. I'm sure we could all learn a lot of things about initial public offerings. Thank you all the speakers. Let's give them a huge round of applause. May I request Shri Ramesh Chandra Lahoti, President FKCCI, Shri M.G. Balakrishna, President-elect FKCCI, and Srimati Uma Reddy, Senior Vice President-elect FKCCI, to please come on stage and honor the speakers. I request Shri Anil, Managing Director, Shri Vasavi Adhesive Tapes Limited, to please accept a token of gratitude from us. Thank you so much. Let's give a big round of applause. Shri Himanshu Srivastava, Senior Manager, Southern Region, National Stock Exchange of India Limited. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that thought-provoking address. Let's give another huge round of applause. Shri Prabhudev Aradhya, Chartered Accountant, Raju and Prasad. Thank you, sir. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Thank you for that very, very insightful address. Thank you, dignitaries. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next session. So we started off our day today with a session on initial public offerings, and now the next session is all about digitalization, because it's the digital era. There's digitalization everywhere. So the next session is all about digitalization and e-commerce. I'm sure this will be another very, very interesting and an insightful session. Inviting the first speaker for this session, Shri Deepak Mahadev T. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Shri Deepak Mahadev T. He is the Senior Consultant, Government E-Marketplace, GEM. Warm welcome to you, Shri Deepak. Pleasure to have you with us. He is currently working in the implementation of Government E-Marketplace, GEM in Karnataka, facilitated for onboarding of government departments, organizations, public sector undertakings, PSUs, MSME sellers in onboarding them to the GEM platform. Regularly organizing training and capacity building initiatives for all pertinent stakeholders, buyers and sellers to enhance the adoption of GEM, assisting both buyers and sellers and facilitating their successful participation in GEM. Warm welcome to you, Shri Deepak Mahadev T. Welcoming our next speaker, Shri Abe Jakarshria, Head Special Project South, Open Network for Digital Commerce, ONDC. Warm welcome to you, Shri Abe. Warm welcome to you. Shri Abe has experience in various roles, including ONDC Official Load Share Networks, Vice President, Goodbox Co-Founder and CEO, Redbus VP Business Development, and Standard Chartered Bank RGM. He has also managed profit centers, relationship management with bus operators, and defined inventory aggregation strategies. Abe's top skills include business relationship management, partner relationship management, and profit center management. So warm welcome to you, sir. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. So welcoming Shri Deepak to start the session, followed by Shri Abe.
So, very good afternoon, everybody. So, as introduced myself, Deepak Mahadev. So, I am taking care of buyer and seller activities for Karnataka. So, both the sellers, hand-holding, helping them so to onboard on GEM, and then so helping departments too. So, so flow to tender, so help them end to end. So as me and our team so do, it's my second year so with GEM now. So let me, I think almost all know about GEM, so government e-marketplace, how it runs, but also so let me give some briefing about GEM, so how it is getting operated. So GEM comes under Ministry Commerce and Industries, formed in the year 2016. From 2016 till date, so there is a tremendous growth what we have seen. In the year 2017, so there were started with so two digit number, and year by year the growth what we are seeing now. So compared to 2021, it was 22, so 1 lakh, and 23-24, the last financial year, it was so 22-23 it was 2 lakh, 23-24 it was 4 lakh crore, and like this year we are expecting somewhere around like so nearly 8 lakh crore. So we are expecting so to cross the turnover. So actually, so to tell you, so government e-marketplace, so like it is like becoming number one, public portal for globe. So which this year it is gonna be number one. So the second one will be so like from so German-based and Conax and eBiz. So will be becoming second and third one. So to tell you about GEM, so few specifications. So we are having somewhere around like 12,000 categories at the moment, and like almost all the categories are being uploaded in the GEM. So till date, I mean, to tell you, all are different sellers in the sense, I mean, original equipment manufacturer, reseller, service provider, almost all the peoples are been available with GEM today, and nearly somewhere around like 90 lakh plus sellers are daily basis able to access get the notification from GEM portal, and then so they are participating if they are willing. I mean, if the relevant category I mean products are there, so which the OEMs are having or the sellers are having, so definitely so they are getting a notification, and like so they are participating in that bid, and like if they are becoming a L1, so they will get the work order, and like they are supplying the material directly to the department. So we are providing a direct access to so all the government department here. So you can see, so some statistics have come up. So nearly somewhere around like 3,847 the INR, I mean, 3,847 crore rupees from the inception. So our government of Karnataka have procured the material. So that was worth of so 24,000 plus order value. So the major department, what you can see from since 2018 till so 2023-24. So how the growth is happening. So it is the inception. So it is from only from the government of Karnataka. So you can see the overview of GEM here. So somewhere around like 11,881 categories are available. 328 so service categories are available. Somewhere around like you can see, so compared to so that like MSE ecosystem on a GEM, so somewhere around like 8 so approx 7 lakh plus MSE sellers are there, service providers are there, and 1.5 so women entrepreneurs are there, 45,000 plus SC/ST entrepreneurs, and like 21,000 startups are already been existing in this. And you can see, so the total number of sellers from Karnataka at the moment, so total sellers are somewhere around like 4,47,000. The sellers are from Karnataka itself. So in that, so some the MSMEs are somewhere around like 45,000, and women entrepreneurs are like 8,619. SC/ST entrepreneurs are like 2,798 people are there, and then startups. So near to so 2,000 startups are been existing in GEM today, and like majorly so almost all the peoples are doing so getting a notification today, and like majorly so people are doing a business. So like, overall if you see the growth, you can see so from last order value growth from last 3 years, financial 21 to 22 till 23 to 24, there is a total sellers, so what I said, so 43,000, so 336. It is somewhere around like 380% so growth you can see. So in that, so like MSME 12,000, and then the women entrepreneurs 1,200. So I'm talking about the Karnataka seller only. So here, so if you see the breakup order value from the Karnataka seller, so from a central government, how much the revenue is been, so flowed for our Karnataka seller. So for so total order value, so it is somewhere around like so 37,000. And for MSME 10,000, and like so overall, so you can see the statistics over there. And from the state government, it is 4,286. From a government of Karnataka, it is 1,956. The total procurement by a government of Karnataka from inception, it is 3,847. So the growth is somewhere around like 51% at the moment. So the growth from last 3 years, if you see, so there is a very good growth going on, and like year by year, month by month, our sellers are new registrations, or as like so the participation is becoming, adoption is becoming more with GEM, and like we still require the more the participation. So because we are having a access here, so throughout India, all the state government, all the central government, everybody, for everybody we have access. So it is been made mandate today. So for all the central government department to procure under GEM only. So there is a mandate. So and like there are a lot of structures are coming up. So hope so for yesterday's sessions also a lot of discussions were happening by CPSEs. Saying that so like how adoption so with GEM and like how the procurement increments are happening. So with that access, so like our MSMEs will benefit a lot. So what I can say. So so it not only so central government or the CPSCs, so it with so any state government also you will be having a direct access with so government department also if they are looking for any particular product from you, so which you are expert and like you are manufacturing of that particular items means definitely so you can get the access with that particular department and like you can participate, and like we are also so hand holding you, so like I mean so dedicated pages are there, so where you can raise the incident. So if you are facing any problem with the financial, I mean so all kinds of support will be made for you. So the major advantages, so like for the sellers, so after getting a registration, so like it is going to be a real-time notification for a participation in the bids, a direct access to government and GEM pool account so will be provided. Hope majorly, so like you know about GEM pool account, so it is like a escrow account kind. And a new product suggestions or facility available for a seller. MSC and MMI preference will be there. Inclusionation for seller across India, get a transaction so large, both central and state government. Help desk support will be provided. Pin code based procurement for a service vendors will be available. And then integrated, so like we are having a CSA centers throughout India today. Wherever the CSA centers are there, so if you are nearby and like if you want to get registered and like any catalog issues, so anything such issues are there, so we have already integrated with, I mean we have done the tie-up with so CSA centers where they are having a complete knowledge about GEM, so they can definitely help you out, so like creating so catalogs, creating accounts for your company, so for MSMEs basically. GEM Sahaya, so for like a short-term loans against a GEM orders for a better manage the work capital. So GEM Sahaya is like somewhat like it is recently launched, and like if you are like got the work order and immediately if you are looking for a short-term loan where a GEM Sahaya will come into picture and like immediately so you can get benefited and get the so short-term loan also under this. So well, like immediately you can so whatever the manufacturing item and like on-time delivery to the department, so which will be very helpful for you. So with this GEM Sahaya, so like some few points if I want to tell you, access to market, the broad market, so throughout India, so as I was telling central government and state government, and then so like a lot of options will be, so you will be getting access to finance, access to so value addition, so cost savings, and then so time efficient, so like you doesn't require to do a lot of so paperwork, all these things and all. So here, so transparency, fairness, reach, inclusiveness. So and some few advantages what you can see is like reverse auctioning. So in the procurement, only the negotiation can be done with L1 and bid notification, marketplace, order creation, standardization, market competition, vendor assessment, online invoicing and payment systems are being made, and the MIS reporting system, incident management structure has been so dedicatedly provided here. So all these so advantages are being made for you. So where easy way, so you can concentrate on your particular products only, and then so like you can directly sell if you're becoming a L1, and like so there are different methods of procurement modes are there, where like up to, so as per the new GFR policy, so it is going to be so up to 10,000, so 50,000 is the direct value, so now, right now, and like up to 10 lakh rupees is the L1 purchase is happening. And then so further to that, so like all the, as per a new GFR, so it is further for 10 lakh plus, it is going to be so bid option. I mean, so it might be a bunch bidding or it's like anything. So you'll get the notification. Based on that, so you need to participate and like you can so provide your material or services whatever you are having. And like recently, so we are also coming up with so works also, so which will be shortly included with the GEM, so very recently. And then so some popular product catalogs on GEM, so which gonna be so agri, animal husbandry, and the health equipment, so like education components and a vehicle related, local body related, and a power sector related, all the different sectors. So like these are all the major products, I mean the department, so where different items, so like all the multi-level products and also will be procured by major these departments and all. And like popular services are like, so like manpower based services and like vehicle ambulance hiring, facility management, AMC, CMC, all these logistic services, entertainment and media services, rental, leasing basis, and the technology IT based services, printing services, all majorly. So now at the moment, so like we are having 300 plus services are available, but still, so as per your suggestion, so like if you are coming up with a new services or something, so you can suggest us. So based on that, so the services are also can be added further. So and like category also, so includes the same. So if you find, if particular whatever the manufacturing you are doing, and like if you feel that, so like if those products are not available, so as we are there, so as a Karnataka team, so like you can suggest us, you can write it to us directly, you can write it to so Delhi team, so saying that, so like this product can be added. So based on the so requirement, our category team will take care, and then so further, so to be added immediately, so your particular, so whatever the manufacture you are doing, so those categories will be added under GEM. So this is all about GEM. So like it was just a briefing. So like overally, so like as you all know, so like GEM is like somewhat like increasing year by year now. So as you can see, so 4 lakh crore to we are about to reach 8 lakh crore. So for this single financial year now. So comparing all that, like I can only suggest all our MSMEs from Karnataka, so that like you can more and more so so interact. I mean, so if you are already having a GEM IDs, you can just so go through it and like find out so any changes to be made on your catalogs or something, and then so like a rate differentiation every 2 months at least, so you need to view once. And then so if you are not having any account, I mean with a GEM ID, if you are not having, so we are having a stall here, dedicated stall for 2 days. So today also we are here, we are our team is there, so like will also be there, will help you out so to get registered so freely, and like so we can register your company. And then further to that, so like will also help you, so if you are facing any challenges with so like getting a notification and then uploading a catalogs of your product or a services, how to be upload the catalog, so on what basis we need to upload, all the so information will be completely provided to you. So hope this, so like so thanks for FKCCI for providing a opportunity, so for giving you a thought about a GEM. So anything, any questions, so like we are available completely today, and like any questions are there, so you can also ask us, so we can so help you with whatever the challenges if you are facing with GEM. So thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deepak. Over to you, sir.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abhi. I represent an organization called ONDC. ONDC stands for Open Network for Digital Commerce. So quickly, I want to have a raise of hands. How many of you have heard of ONDC? Okay, okay, nice, nice. Not bad, not too bad. But I would say a lot more people should know, and that's our endeavor as we go forward and, meet a lot of people and talk to them, etc., right? And that's the purpose. And thanks to FKCCI and Umar Reddy ma'am for inviting us over to talk about ONDC to the MSME group here. Yeah. So before I go on to the next step and describing that, let me tell you the evolution of ONDC. ONDC is a company that builds protocol which will enable commerce, and today we are operational in retail, which would be e-commerce for products and services. We are also active in mobility and financial services, and services are coming. So we started with retail, we moved on to mobility. Thereafter, we have now opened up more areas, right? And the idea is that, suppose we were talking about GEM prior to that, Mr. Deepak was mentioning about GEM and what it does. It addresses a very large segment of demand for businesses which come from, say, the government. And if you were to look at it, anything other than the government, whether it is B2B or B2C, both will come under the ambit of ONDC. So we are focused, we can do products as well as service. Okay. And it comes under Ministry of, it is supported by the Government of India. It is a Section 8 company. That means it's a not-for-profit company, unlike many other players in the market who are, raising VC money and, those are private entities with private interests. So they will have private labels and whatnot. So there is no such intent on ONDC's side. We are purely for not-for-profit and with the objective to democratize e-commerce, B2B as well as B2C. So the goal for ONDC is to really, dramatically step change the how e-commerce is done and how much e-commerce is done. Everybody is aware of what is e-commerce. I probably don't have to tell. So it can be looked at B2C as well as B2B. Both the areas, the idea is to increase significantly. So in India today, there are a lot of retailers, about 12 million retailers in grocery alone, kiranas, and a portion of that only is democratized. So that's one challenge we have, and we want to enable a lot more retailers to come online. And if you were to look at how the e-commerce penetration is in India, it is far lower than some of the countries we compete with, right? And those numbers have to go up in the next couple of years very, very fast for us to be competitive in the world economy. And while I was coming here, I was thinking, hey, you know what, why would somebody want e-commerce to go up? So I would say e-commerce has to go up because that will make our economy efficient. Why should there be no traffic jams in Bangalore? There should be no traffic jams in Bangalore because if people are spending their time in traffic, they are being inefficient. The city is being inefficient. Similarly, if you are selling through archaic methods, when the world is moving to digital and China is moving to Alibaba and whatnot and reaching out to the world through digital channels, you can't hope to compete with that market. So it's very essential for us to adopt digitization, whether we are in B2B mode or B2C mode, both. To that extent, I think ONDC is an innovation which is first of its kind in India and very much worthy of being looked into by all of you. B2B commerce also, the penetration is very low in India. It has to go up to say 20%. Another very significant part of our challenge and what we want to do is the rural population, both in terms of being part of the seller ecosystem as well as being able to buy, the penetration is not good enough. So we need to increase that significantly. And that's one of the goals for ONDC. And one of the entrepreneurs here mentioned about how her rural agri products, she needed to increase the business. Now, this is one way. She can connect to ONDC and increase her business through that. So for the sellers, there is limit in the current ecosystem, how are things stack. Let's take a look at that. For the sellers, there are only very limited chances. Let me just limit my discussion to say retail for the current process. Right now you have an Amazon or a Flipkart. You can sell there. Or let's take B2B. Then you have an IndiaMart or one more party to sell through, right? So you really don't have many choices. And by nature of e-commerce, what happens? There are one or two players who become significantly big, and then they call the shots, right? So that becomes a, there's a flywheel effect, and you will over time be at the mercy of some platform or the other, right? So that's one problem for the sellers. They do not have enough choices to sell through. The other thing is that you should have your own terms and conditions. Now the platform will come and say, no, compulsorily you'll have to take the product back if the customer complains. Maybe you don't want to do that. You'll say, boss, if I sell, I don't want to take it back. So that choice is limited. That's another thing which ONDC sets to correct. For instance, we have many merchants today on network who are selling groceries and saying, hey, you know what, you buy, I don't take it back. But if you were to go on another platform, the A or the F or whatever you call it, and there you will be forced to take it back, right? So no such thing here. The discoverability, again, there are only limited places where you can get discovered as a seller, right? So that's one big challenge for the sellers. And a lot of barriers. It's not easy for you to get on board to any of the channels where you want to sell. It's very cumbersome. So two key principles of ONDC is unbundling and interoperability. So the entire ONDC framework, as we call it, is based on that. So ONDC is not a platform. It creates protocols which allow interactions. Okay. Now let me give a similar analogy of how it works. Let's take an email system. So today when you are sending your email, you're not bothered whether you're sending from Gmail or you're sending from Microsoft Outlook or whatever it is, right? And the other party receiving it could be sitting on Yahoo for all you care, right? So how does that work? It works on protocol. So there is something called SMTP protocol on which it works. So data travels from the client side email to the receiver side email. Similarly, when you are on ONDC network, we have protocols. The ONDC protocols enable the buyer to say search for products on a buyer app, let it be any buyer app, and the seller can list himself on any seller app and potentially the transaction can happen. Okay, for better context, let me just tell you, have you heard of Namme Yatri? Okay, so Namme Yatri is an ONDC protocol app. In Ola, have you ever heard of, say, food or grocery, or have you heard of PIN code or Paytm doing groceries? That's ONDC, by the way. Behind that is ONDC. So if an MK Retail or a Spar hypermarket wants to sell on any of these platforms, they just have to go on one seller partner, as we call it, seller NP. It could be your POS provider, it could be your technology provider or your website developer, whoever can potentially put you there on the network. So you just do one single integration, you are live on Ola, you are live on Paytm, PIN code, all of these guys. So typically this is how the platforms work. If you want to work with Amazon or Flipkart, you have to be on the platform end to end. You have to list the product through their seller console. If you have to go to Flipkart, again you have to list in their console. If you go to IndiaMart, you have to again list on their platform, right? Here it's not like that. Before ONDC, it's all in a single platform. In ONDC, what you do, you go and list yourself through a seller app, as we call it, retail seller application. Once you list as a seller on any of the seller application, you will go live on all the buyer applications. And now we have got a bunch of buyer, I'll later on quickly show you which are the buyer applications that we have. We also have logistics on network. So we have one of the largest partnership, grouping. On the 3PL, as we call it, we have delivery, we have, multiple players, right? Shiprocket, etc. On the hyperlocal side, we have Shadowfax, Loadshare, Ola, Rapido, all of that. So in a single API, you can go to all these logistics players. You don't have to individually go tie up or individually do integration with each and every one. In fact, it's a very nice use case you can do. Did you know that in Bangalore, you could send anything through the ONDC logistics network up to, say, 5-7 kilometers for just 30 rupees immediately? And any number, okay? So you can potentially use it to send items to your suppliers. You can partner with or take a login from one of our partners called, say, MP2 or whatever, and you could punch saying source destination, send me a guy. The guy will come, take the item and go. This can happen today for you as a business today. And suppose you are running even supplies, you can do that on the network today using the logistics. So all this in tandem makes a complete use case. So in any retail buyer app can talk to any retail seller app. Any retail seller app can talk to any logistics using the ONDC protocol. That's how it works. I'll skip some of this in the interest of time. So this is broadly how it is. Buyer app A, buyer app B, and say I am listed on seller app A. So if I'm on seller app A, it'll go on all the buyer apps. I don't have to go to seller app, another seller app, another buyer app, etc. And by the way, it's a misnomer here. I should have probably put seller app X and seller app Y, because you know it need not be this. It doesn't mean that it belongs to seller app A belongs to seller app, buyer app B. Okay. Logistics provider also can be anybody. Typically, the seller app ecosystem is now mature enough for you to just go to one guy and he will do all the orchestration algorithms and logics. So you don't have to worry about that. You just list with one seller NP, and we have got a bunch of those guys who can come and digitize and help you put your inventory on the network. So these are some of the players on the network today. You have like Magic Pin, Paytm, all these players are on the retail side. You also have Nammayatri, which is on the mobility side. We also have now, yesterday the first, mutual fund transaction happened on the network. Okay, we have started loans on network. So we have loans happening on the network today, retail loans. These are some of the, buyer side applications and logistics players, etc., who are on the network. This is again how the detailed view of anybody who wants a presentation, they can take from the FKCCI people. They have the access to this presentation. They can share it with you. And one more interesting thing is that we have also got protocols for export going live. It's already live. In fact, the first transaction has happened. So potentially in the next maybe 1 year's time, you will be able to sell your items from India to buyers abroad. Okay, that's something which I think will happen. Now, this is something which is very interesting and should happen over time. And none of this happens over, like magic. ONDC was, the first transaction happened sometime last year, mid. From then to now, we have actually transformed quite a bit, right? 1 second, this is what Shri Piyush Goyal ji, who is the Ministry of Commerce Minister, is saying about ONDC. This is our, board of directors, etc. And this is the journey of ONDC, how it's gone. So this is one of the most exciting opportunities for businesses in India to transform the country as a whole. And I request each and every one of you to take interest in it. And you can visit ondc.org, register your organization through that and get to know more about how you can leverage ONDC to increase your business. So it's like hardly, what you see up to March 22 is really groundwork. The alpha began in 22. That means not even the beta launch, that is September 22. And first transaction really started in last year, May. We have about 6.55 lakh sellers. Now largely retail and in mobility space, 4.6 crore plus products are available. And we are present in about 610 cities as of today. So that's it from my end. And thanks for having me. Any questions if you have, I am happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So adding to this panel, inviting 2 more speakers to join you on stage. Inviting Shanmukha CG, AGM Product Excellence Tally Solutions Private Limited. Let's give him a big round of applause. So he'll be sharing his knowledge and expertise on connected GST futures, convenience, correctness, completeness. Shanmukha CG, more than 25 years of total experience working with various software product companies. expertise in understanding SMEs requirements, and has adequate domain knowledge in financial accounting, inventory management, and taxation. Working with Tally for 15 years, passionate in training people on IT adoption for businesses, training content creation, enabling trainers, represented Tally as speaker in more than 100 customer events during GST launch across South India. He played a key role in enabling professionals to adopt work-from-home environment, prepared training contents, and conducted more than 100 product knowledge sessions for GSTPs and CA institutes during pandemic. So it's a pleasure to have you with us. Warm welcome to you. So welcoming Shri B. Ulagiyan, Deputy General Manager, SIDBI, Bangalore. Let's give a big round of applause. Sir, pleasure to invite you on stage. Sir will be talking about very important aspect. What is it? What's very important? Money, vitamin M. So he'll be talking about access to finance. So welcoming Shri B. Ulagiyan. Ulagiyan is a seasoned finance professional and domain expertise in project finance, MSME lending, cluster development, financial inclusion and threats with diverse experience of over 20 years in various geographies in India. Currently working as Deputy General Manager at SIDBI Bengaluru Regional Office, managing the operations of Karnataka, Kerala and Goa. Prior to joining SIDBI, he worked as an officer with Can Bank Factors Limited, subsidiary of Canara Bank for 4 years. At SIDBI, he served in various capacities during the service, spanning more than 15 years. He was also deputed to Receivables Exchange of India Limited, Threads by SIDBI as country head business development between 2015 and 2019. He was one of the co-member of the RXIL team in conceptualizing, structuring and designing the blueprint of the Threads platform that has set up the foundation for RXIL and played an important role in setting up RXIL Threads platform, a transformational initiative of Government of India for MSMEs to address delayed payment issues. So, such a pleasure to have you, Shri B. Ulagiyan. Warm welcome to you, sir. Now, may I request Shri Shanmukha GC to please address the gathering and give us insights about connected GST features, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before getting into the connected GST, I would like to just touch upon the digitization. Okay, many speakers actually talked about the digitization. Let me just touch upon those things, then I will take it to the connected GST. So when it comes to SMEs, there are two things, digitization and automation. We need to actually slightly look into in a different manner. So what do you mean by digitization? See, all of us are using mobile. All of us are using WhatsApp. All of us are actually using WhatsApp to the extent what it has got features. Correct? So we are actually using, right? So nobody is coming and teaching us how to use WhatsApp. When it comes to this is called digitization. So what is automation? Automation is something taking a decision for your own organization or a business, adopting some technology. The same WhatsApp can be used to communicate with your customers and vendors. So that is called automation. So SMEs actually have to look into in this manner. I'll just yes. So as you know, there are many things are getting digitized and many things are actually automized. Just to take some few example, the way you commute today from one place to other place, it is changed. Do you all agree or not? Just go back to 10 years and now click of a button, now you can actually call a auto or a car or a cab, you can actually travel. So that is how actually the way you commute is changed. The way you actually send goods in your own business from your place to your customer, it is changed. Now you can book the vehicle sitting in your office just using a mobile. Correct? And the guy who is actually supposed to receive the goods, he knows everything about the driver. He knows about everything about the vehicle. The way you communicate with your customers and vendors is changed. So most of our communication today happens on WhatsApp. Most of our payments, actually communication happens on WhatsApp, right? So we are actually digitizing. We are actually using the technology for us. And another thing you need to understand, not only this, now automation and digitization, it is also going to the next step. What is that? These things are becoming transparent and also connected. The best example is about your e-way bill and e-invoice generation. All of you generate e-invoice and e-way bill, right? The moment you generate e-invoice, what happens? It goes and sits in GSTR1. So that is called transparency. So that is called connected. So now systems are getting connected. And take another example. Your vehicle, which is carrying some goods in the vehicle, it is moving a toll gate, which is having FASTag or something. Do you think it is connected somewhere? Of course it is connected. It is connected to the e-Vahan and other things. So the vehicle which is moving in the toll gate, it actually captures the information because you are providing all those information in your e-way bill and invoice copy. Correct? So that is how actually the systems are getting connected and transparent. So what are the advantages of then automation? Why we should do? So I am now taking the word from digitization to the automation. SMEs should think towards automating themselves. So there are many benefits for the automation. It eliminates the completely paper-based access, and it increases the efficiency, and it reduces the errors. That is the main thing for any business owners, correct? Cost saving, definitely it will help you. And scalable process, you can actually bring more and more people into the process. You can increase your manufacturing thing, right? If you are into manufacturing. Compliance part and customer satisfaction and employee satisfaction also. If you are using automated your office, many people, they'll come whenever you are appointing a guy, an accounting or any other job, they will ask, sir, what is my job? No, you have to work, just sit on computer and work. Then they'll be happy to work on computer. If you say you have to be an accountant, slightly they will say, no sir, I don't want to become accountant. So now just connecting this to how Tally is actually doing, what Tally is doing for these things. Just take the first example. I don't know how many of you, maybe how many of you are using Tally? Can I ask this question? How many of you are using Tally technology in your business? Quite a good number of people, right? So, you know, sitting here in this hall, now today your office is not closed, it is working. Today sitting in this hall, you can see your business reports on your mobile. So we like it, right? So that is how actually we wanted to adopt the technology, I want to use the technology. You can view, you can access any of your business reports on the mobile, sitting anywhere, on any device, maybe mobile or laptop or a computer, from anywhere you can access. And another option is, now of course there is a cloud technology which is there, you can work from anywhere, which will help. So sitting here you can connect your office computer and you can work. So work from anywhere, which gives, using the cloud technology you can work from anywhere. This is what actually I was mentioning. I don't know how many of you are aware, through Tally you can send your invoices to your customer on WhatsApp. Through Tally you can send a reminder, outstanding reminder information report to your customer on WhatsApp. Not only that, in fact you can also send a payment link. So the moment you send invoice, what happens? He will say, okay sir, I have received the invoice. If you are sending along with the invoice payment link also, you can just ask him, you have received the invoice, right? Just click, there is a link below. So it will take you to the payment gateway and he can make the payment. So that is also available in Tally, and that's what I'm talking about, the technology, benefits of the technology. Coming to the next one is about generation of e-invoice and e-way bill. I have seen, because this e-way bill, it is there, even immediately after the introduction of GST, they have introduced e-way bill, and many of us, we have to generate e-way bill whenever you send goods, correct? After that, e-invoice came with some different threshold limit for as per your turnover. Many of customers, I personally go and meet these businesses, they struggle a lot going and generating e-way bill on the portal. Sir, is it wrong creating e-way bill on the portal? No, you can do it. But once if you are handling two different systems, creating e-way bill on the portal, maintaining accounts on some other software in the computer. So always the data integrity will not be there. So if you are using an integrated system which can create e-invoice and e-way bill, just click of a button, directly from here it goes to the portal, generates e-way bill and e-invoice both. The required information which you are supposed to store in the system, it will be available. So that is the advantage of using the integrated system. Coming to connected GST. See, GST is now almost 7 years old and we have used to it, right? We used to it and we learned many things. Lot of amendments came, rules we have learned, lot of things we learned, right? There is one thing, because when during the launch of GST, you know, I used to go to small cities and used to give some classes. Okay, we used to talk about GST. So what is the main change you feel compared to VAT and GST? Many people used to say, input tax credit. So during VAT time, you used to decide what is your input tax credit. Now, it will come in the system. So that is why it is now completely automated. Your business is automated with respect to GST. You are generating an invoice. It is going and sitting in the portal. Correct? And your supplier is generating the invoice. It is coming and sitting the invoice. The input tax credit which is going to be available for a month under GST or 2A, every day it is going to be updated on the system. End of the month, on 12th, you will know what is your input tax credit. So you just think, go back to 6 years before. 6 years before, to know about your input tax credit, you used to open so many reports and find out. Now it's not like that. You have to open a computer, go to your portal. In the portal, it will show what is your input tax credit. So that is possible only if you are using an integrated system and if you are implemented the technology in your organization. So what actually we are bringing, though the GST features are there in Tally, now very next month, so today is the last day of August, so September 2nd week, we are going to bring a new release that is called Tally Prime Release 5.0, which has got convenience, correctness, and also completeness with respect to GST. So what is that magic is? Click of a button, you can actually upload the GST return from Tally directly to portal. GST R1 you have to open, just click, it goes and sit in the portal. How you generate e-invoice, similar way. And you can also download the returns. So downloading return is very, very important for the reconciliation purpose, correct? So your 2A, 2B, 3B, GST R1 reconciliation, it will help you a lot. You can download this. Download is again one click process. Click, data will come to your portal, everything it will auto reconcile. You have to just go and see the report whether all invoices are matching or not. Return reconciliation will be done, return filing will be done. Okay, from directly Tally, just click of a button, 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, it goes and sits in the portal. Automatic ledger creation. So many customers were asking, sir, I have GST number. GST portal itself has got all the details of this party. But here I have to go and create everything manually, no problem. Just enter the GST number, it takes the data from portal and you can create the ledger. So it's automated now. And ITC at risk we have brought in because for you as a business owner, you should know how much ITC at risk at the end of the month, whether my supplier has uploaded all the invoices or not. If it all is uploaded, whether it is correct or not, how much the right input tax credit I am going to get. So there is going to be a report which will help you to find out what is the right ITC for you for that particular month. So these are some highlights. It is a simple upload download and effortlessly you can file the return, simplified GST returns and its real-time party creations and key insights of the input tax rate is going to come. And many of you are MSMEs here. As per the MSMED Act, there is one thing you have to do is you have to display your Udyam number in the invoice. So that is there. You can print your Udyam number in the invoice and also you can get a readily available report which will help you to find out which are those bills receivables along with the due date. This is very, very important, right? You have to mark your suppliers as MSME and the report which is readily available, it will show you whether this outstanding as per the MSME provision, whether I have paid it within 15 days or 45 days or not. This is a very, very important report which will help you. Lastly, there is one more thing in today's session, I think it makes sense. We also now created a platform for SMEs. What is that platform is? You can actually apply it for a unsecured loan directly from Tally. Makes sense? See, I'll tell you, many of the businesses, when it comes to unsecured loan, you have to actually provide a lot of information to your lender. Many things which are available in Tally itself, your business related information which are available in Tally itself. Just click of a button, you can actually apply for a loan directly from Tally, which goes to some, currently we are working with some 3-4 banks, which Kotak Bank is there, Flexi Loan is there, L&T is there, which is onboarded recently. Okay, it will go to those banks, they will work on those applications, they will provide the loan. Apart from that, you can actually check your credit score. This option, again, it is given underlined, it is free in Tally software. You can check your credit score, you can apply for the loan with the complete information. You can upload simple documents, right? Your bank statement, your sales register, those are available in Tally, correct? So these are some facilities which are providing in this integrated solution, that's 5.0, which is already available even in the existing tool. Yes, again I request all of you, if you are not adopted, please adopt. If you are not automated, please automate. There is one thing actually, this reminds me, some almost 20 years before, I think, when I started, when I joined Tally, he was telling, okay, we are catered to SME, we have to go and sell the product to SME. Okay, I just asked, sir, can you define? I asked my manager, can you define what is this SME? So he gave one simple example. Shanmukh, SME means is like this. As a business owner, if he is buying a AC for his home, he will go to a shop with his entire family and look at an AC and buy. The same AC he want to buy for an office, he will not take his entire staff. He will be sitting in his office. You have to go to sell. So that is the behavior of SMEs, correct? So we are always there, reachable. We have a stall there. Please come to us. Okay, meet us. If you need more information, okay, you can interact with our people who are sitting there. And always you can reach to our website for more information. So I would like to thank FKCCI for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that insightful address. Now, let's hear from Shri B. Ulagian on how to get the right access to finance. Sir, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Elriku Namaskara. Last session and most difficult session before lunch for both of us. I won't take much time. I'll quickly take you through the presentation. Maybe I request your kind attention for next 10 to 12 minutes. And post session, I'll be available here and I'll try to address all your queries. And I'll be covering a little bit on SIDBI. I'm sure most of you are aware about SIDBI. And also the challenges faced by MSMEs and how SIDBI is addressing those challenges of MSMEs through our innovative product offerings. So I'll be covering these briefly. As you all know, SIDBI formed through an act of parliament way back in 1990 to promote, develop and finance MSMEs in the country. So prior to 1919, there was no such institution focusing MSMEs, micro MSMEs, small and medium enterprises. You may be knowing that 3 major institutions were formed early in 80s and 90s, focusing on 3 priority sectors. One is agriculture, MSMEs and housing. NABARD was formed to develop agri sector, National Housing Bank formed to promote housing, and SIDBI was formed to promote MSMEs in the country. And as we all know, MSMEs contribution to GDP 30% as on today. And all of us are aware, Government of India set up an ambitious vision of reaching $5 trillion economy by 2025, $30 trillion economy by 2047, Viksit Bharat, in our 100th independence. So this is our vision by Government of India. To realize this vision, MSMEs current contribution 30% to 40%. They have to double their contribution to GDP from $0.9 trillion to $0.2 trillion. So MSMEs have to grow at a higher pace, and SIDBI has been working on this and working closely with Government of India, trying to bring out various policies as well as schemes for MSMEs. And if you may be knowing about SIDBI, and there are many schemes. We talk about IPO, NSE Emerge. Again, SIDBI worked with NSE for setting up of NSE Emerge SME platform. You name trades, Stand Up India, Startup India, Udyam Mitra, PSB Online platform. Any initiative, any scheme for MSMEs was set up by SIDBI, including CGTMSE Mudra. And also we closely working with various state government for infrastructure building. See, when MSMEs have to set up a unit, they need infrastructure, they need facilities. So we are funding state governments in various states across the country and provide funding to them for creating infrastructure in the respective states so that we restrict the migration, we restrict the rural population moving to the cities, tier 1 cities. So that is what we are trying to do with the objective to make job seeker to become a job creator. So this is our vision, and towards this vision, SIDBI is trying to create various policies, and also we have been advising Government of India in this direction. And I would like to ask one question, MSMEs. So when you plan for expansion, so you reach out to a bank. So what are the major challenges you face? So can someone tell me, please? Okay, then one. What else? So I'll tell you there are 4 major challenges MSMEs face when they go to bank for a loan. Any bank. One is timely credit. So as a MSME, you may not plan every day and night for expansion. So once in a while, once in 3 years, 5 years, okay, depending on your customer instruction or when you get a big order, you may have to go for expansion. Okay, with the plan of, okay, 1 month or 2 months, you would like to get a expansion completed so that you'll be able to start supplying to your customer. But what happens in the reality? So I'm not telling all the banks, but it ranges between 1 to 6 months. The loan, when you look for a loan, this is what happening in reality. So there are a lot of process. So the first challenge is you're not getting your loan on time. The expectation you're getting, at least you wanted a loan within a month, but it is not happening in reality. And number 2, the process. The process is complicated. Even today, we talk about digitization and all, but there are processes very complicated. You have to give so many documents to a bank. Right from application, there are so many documents you have to submit, which you may not be aware, you have to rely on your consultant or CA. This is also a big challenge. And as Sir talked about collateral, even though CGTMSE is there, up to 5 crore loan can be covered under CGTMSE, but so many banks are not doing. This is a challenge. So a lot of awareness have to be created, and banks also have to be sensitized, and RBI is doing this job, and I am also one of the faculty who regularly conducts training sessions for bankers, how to approach, handle, interact with the MSMEs. So they should not be saying no to you if you are going, asking for a CGTMSE cover. And number 4, interest rate, exorbitant interest rate. So see what MSMEs are doing. Okay, there is a time delay with the banks, then they go to NBFCs or private players where the interest rates are very high. So these are the 4 major challenges the MSMEs face when they go for a loan, when they think about expansions. So now I'll talk about our schemes, how these 4 challenges can be addressed through our SIDBI schemes. Before that, I would like to talk about the presence what we have in Karnataka. So we have 6 branches in Karnataka, and I would like to inform you all that as per the direction from Government of India, I will be opening 7 more branches in Karnataka shortly. Kalaburgi, Bidar, Gadag, Bagalkot, Chikkodi, Sirsi and Chitradurga. And many more are going to come, and Karnataka is in focus. Probably this could be the golden era for Karnataka, I think, which we have to make use of it. So there are 3 categories of loan schemes we have. For machinery loan, and where when you look for a machinery, so those products can be covered here. And if you are planning for a project loan which involves land, building, machinery, again that can be covered under a project loan. And also there is a lot of focus on green financing, where if you are planning for energy efficiency machines or solar, renewable energy, again there we have different schemes. So this scheme is called SPEED. So Sir talked about the collateral challenge as well as timely credit. So through this loan product, we'll be able to give sanction within 3 to 10 days, and we'll be able to disperse also, provided if you are able to provide whatever the documents and you are eligible under the scheme. Again, collateral. Collateral is a challenge for many MSMEs. Okay, then banks may not be covering under CGTMSE. Again, CGTMSE cover demands cost. There is a cost involved in CGTMSE here. So we have a product called to address both the collateral requirement as well as guarantee fee requirement. So what we have done, if you go to any bank for a loan, there are two things are required. One is your contribution, minimum 25% you have to give, and collateral. So what we have done, instead of this 25% contribution you have to give to us, what we do, that we convert as a cash collateral. We convert that as a FD, and P will pay you a 7.5% interest on that FD. So, but the loan amount, suppose assuming that the loan requirement is 1 crore, the machinery value is 1 crore, and you give us a 25% as a cash collateral, your margin, that we consider as a cash collateral. And in turn, what we do, we'll provide you a 1 crore. So whatever the machinery cost, the full amount will fund you. And the 25% which you are supposed to bring in as a promoter contribution, we'll treat that as a cash collateral, and we'll also pay you interest on that. And the end of the loan tenor, we'll give back to you the FD along with the whatever the interest accumulator. So this is one of the fantastic scheme which meets the requirements of the MSME. Basically, the timely credit will address, and the process again, I'm telling you, the entire thing is digital. Sitting in your office, you can submit the application through online. Again, the process also through online. And one best thing I'll tell you, for documentation, traditionally, you have to visit the banks, you have to sign 160 pages, 100 pages. But through these schemes, through this process, we are done away with. You no need to visit. It is a faceless process. You no need to visit SIDBI office at all. Sitting at your home, sitting at your factory, you can execute the document through OTP linked, Aadhaar linked OTP. Again, as on today, the rate of interest is competitive of SIDBI, which is again linked to MCLR. Again, this loan, there is set of process involved, this digital simplified process. We call it a straight-through process, automated and digital, where you are required to submit certain document, including application, GST, bank statement, ITR. If you are eligible, the same day you will get an in-principle sanction. Same day. It will take 1 day. So this is also, it's a variant of the loan which I talked about in the earlier slide. Again, I talked about on the, if you are planning for a project, greenfield project, if you are planning to set up a new project which involves land, building, machinery, again, this loan we can cover. Again, as I talked about green financing, where you have energy, if you're planning to go for a CNC, VMC, such kind of machine, again, under this scheme, we'll have for you a very concessional rate. Again, there is a last scheme, MSME gift, where Government of India provides 2% subsidy, back and interest subsidy. So you suppose the interest rate is 8.5%, you will get back 2% end of the year. So more or less the models are same. Again, it will suit your requirement. We'll try to understand your requirement and the challenges. Accordingly, we can tweak the schemes. The last slide, I talk about how the digital process is happening with SIDBI. Probably this is first in the country where the entire process is digital right from application stage. So once you submit the application, automatically your CIBIL, due diligence, everything will be tracked through system. We will also generate your GST report. Through GST report, we'll get to know your ranking. Are you paying regularly GST? What is the delay and all? So through all this process, we'll be able to sanction, in principle sanction within a day. So this is what we're doing, and maybe a question and answer we can have separately post session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that very, very insightful session. Let's give all these speakers a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. May I now call upon stage Shri Ramesh Chandra Lahoti, President FKCCI, Srimati Uma Rendi, Senior Vice President-elect FKCCI, to please come on stage and honor all the speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, with this we come to an end for all the insightful sessions. May I request Shri Deepak Mahadev to please receive this memento and plant as a token of gratitude from us. Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure having you here with us. Shri Deepak, Senior Consultant, Government E-Marketplace, GEM. Thank you. Shri Abe Jakaraya, Head Special Project South, Open Network for Digital Commerce, ONDC. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you here with us today. Give a big round of applause. Thank you. Shri Shanmukha CG, AGM Product Excellence, Tally Solutions Private Limited. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for gracing the occasion. Thank you. Shri B. Ulagian, Deputy General Manager, SIDBI, Bangalore. Shri B. Ulagian, Deputy General Manager, SIDBI, Bangalore. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for gracing the occasion. It was a pleasure having you with us today. Thank you. Thank you to all the speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, they say all good things should come to an end. With this, we have come to an end of the conclave, that is MSME Conclave, the formal sessions that's happening on stage. But the stalls will remain open till 5 o'clock. So welcoming all the... Coming to the last leg, it's time to thank everybody. So let's kickstart the valedictory ceremony. Welcoming the office bearers on stage, Shri Ramesh Chandra Lahoti, President FKCCI, Shri M.G. Balakrishna, President-elect FKCCI, Srimati Uma Reddy, Senior Vice President-elect FKCCI, Shri B.V. Gopal Reddy, Immediate Past President FKCCI, and Shri Arvind N. Burji, Chairman Industry Committee FKCCI. Also welcoming Shri Srinivasan. Let's give a big round of applause to Shri Srinivasan, Vice President Click, for the immense support he's been giving us. Welcoming on stage Shri Srinivasan, Vice President Click. So warm welcome to you. Warm welcome to all of you again on stage. Srinivasan sir, welcome to you, sir. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the very, very last leg of MSME Conclave 2024, organized by Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce and Industries in association with Ministry of MSME Government of India, powered by JSW Steel, with the focus engineering to empower, encourage and promote MSMEs. May now request Shri Srinivasan, Vice President Click. Sir, you've been supporting us. We're extremely grateful to you, sir. Request you to speak a few words.
Good afternoon to you all. Thank you so much. So we have been part of FKCCI and we are, CLIC is an organization, it is for MSME manufacturers, and we are closely associated with FKCCI, and thanks to Uma Madam for giving this opportunity. Thanks once again. Thank you all.
Thank you, Srinivasan sir. May I request the office bearers to please honor and felicitate Shri Srinivasan, who is the Vice President of CLIC, an organization that's supporting us so much. Thank you, sir. Extremely grateful to you. Request you to accept this honor as a token of gratitude from us. Thank you. So, we've come to the last leg of MSME Conclave. May I now request Shri Ramesh Chandra Lahoti, President FKCCI, to summarize MSME Conclave 2024.
Good afternoon to everyone. As you have witnessed from past 2 days, that is yesterday and today, MSME Conclave 2024, organized by Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce and Industries, and more than 80 vendors who have put up their exhibition stalls, and about 8 to 10 big buyers who have assembled here. And being a part of this MSME Conclave, I also thank the exhibitors, those who have come here to showcase their products. On behalf of FKCCI, I thank each one of them for putting up their stalls and exhibiting their engineering and manufacturing products here, which is also under MSME Ministry. And but as we are coming to the closure of this MSME Conclave, the stalls will remain open till 5:30 as scheduled. As we have to, the delegation of FKCCI is moving to Sri Lanka. We have made little readjustment because of the flight delay. Early departures are there. So on this respect, I once again saw the presence of our past presidents, managing committee members, distinguished guests, FKCCI staff. I thank each one of them for being participated in this and making this conclave a success. But before this, my special appreciation for the two people. When we concluded Dakshin Bharat Utsav and we met in our office, my vice president and senior vice president, in the table we just discussed, can we do MSME? They said, why not? We'll go ahead and execute it in another month's time. I think we will be able to do it. So now I thank Vice President Mr. M.J. Balakrishna and Srimati Uma Reddy for supporting and appreciating that, yes, we can do this program in a shorter time, and their motivation. Today we have witnessed this 2-day mega event under the banner of FKCCI, supported by MSME and other sponsors. As you know, when we do this program, we had a small committee, that is FKCCI's 2 verticals. One is small manufacturing and large manufacturing, who are a part of this conclave, so that our appreciation, be a part, their contribution, we recognize today. And I request first small manufacturing sector, Mr. Arvind Burji is already there, Mr. Shashidhar, then Mr. Mudgal, then Mr. Anand Rao. Yeah, Rajendra Kumar to please come on the stage. Mr. Mudgal sir was here. Yes, please come join. Please join on the stage. I also request large manufacturing, Mrs. Jessie Lawrence, Tippeshappa Srinivas, Sangotian, and Shivkumar. Yesterday he was there. Please join on the stage. Shivmurthy. As they have also contributed well, FKCCI, along with its office bearers, managing committee, and its members and staff, we want to facilitate them with a memento. Please join, madam. Please come. I also once again thank my colleagues from the Board of Small Manufacturing and Large Manufacturing. They are part of the team. Our Arvind Burji is the chairman. I also personally thank him for his valuable support and time to making a contribution to this MSME Conclave. As you're aware, when we do such a big program, which is going out of the FKCCI premises and doing at a place like this, a lot of hard work is done by the back room. So I request the person who have taken the responsibility for all this getting uploaded, the statement to the MSME portal for the benefit of the exhibitors, calling them for stalls. First of all, let me thank all the FKCCI staff led by Mr. Lokraj, that they have been at this conclave and they are a backbone for this mega exhibition of two days to come in such a fascinating way. But few people who have done, it's a part of FKCCI to recognize their effort which they have put in mobilizing funds, mobilizing stalls, vendors, exhibitors, and etc. So I request Mr. Umesh Madiwala, Mr. Sundaram, Mr. Nitish to please come on stage. They have, for your information, from past 2 days, with their baggages, they have settled here, they have not gone home. Such is their commitment towards their work with the FKCCI. I really acknowledge them and appreciate them. We recognize on behalf of the office bearers, President, President-elect, Senior Vice President-elect, IPP, and with the board of the past presidents and the managing committee, I announce a cash prize of rupees 10,000 for Umesh Madiwala, 7,000 for Nitish Gowda, and 7,000 for V. Sundaram. I also take this opportunity to call upon our FKCCI staff, Srimati Shobha and Ms. Pramila. Please come on the stage. The last, because when it comes to this mega event, food is also very essential. The man who was behind looking after hospitality, I recognize Mr. Vijay Kumar. Please come on the stage. and the MC from past 2 days, she was here for doing the MOC. I request Madam Anjali to please come on the stage. Before I conclude this session, I request past presidents and managing committee members who have gathered here, please come on the stage for a photograph. Past presidents and managing committee members. Then we'll have a FKCCI staff led by Mr. Lokraj. I also thank each one of you for gracing this 2 days mega event. FKCCI always acknowledges your support and endeavor, and also the sponsors. Thank you.
So thank you all. Thank you so much for making the first edition of MSME Conclave 2024 a huge success. A big thank you to all of you. Request all the stall owners to stay back. The stall area will be open till 5 o'clock. And request you to wind up right after 5 o'clock, because tomorrow this place won't be vacant for vacating tomorrow. So request you to vacate the stalls today only. The stall area should be open till 5 o'clock, and post that you can vacate the area. Thank you so much. Thank you. Signing off, Anjali. Bye-bye. Take care.